Hello, a big boy with a
No,
big
3, 2,
microphone.
1, live kind of shit on my side. We just do this. We hop right in. Oh,
Dang,
actually, you know what?
know.
Let me make sure, yo. I've got
I'll make
the.
sure you. Oh,
Yeah, dude,
dang.
I'm a fluent
Oh my
Spanish
god.
linguist.
You guys foreign. Oh my god.
Ooh, we got
Oh
everything
my
going.
god. Okay, let me
Who's
see.
this guy with
DayDreams
60
podcast.
FPS, man? Damn,
Pulling
that
up
camera
the
looks good.
60 FPS head ass. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
And that boy's fluid as shit.
I know.
All
Super
right.
fluid.
Damn, this boy is live and shit.
Yeah, we live. We live
Boy.
as fuck.
Haha.
Despite the corona. Knock on wood. Damn.
Yeah. Shoot.
All right, well, let's just get a quick introduction. Who you are, who you be. I know you,
All
but they
right,
don't know
it's your
you.
boy Oregano. Y'all already know who it is, what it has been, what it will be. I'm pulling up DayDreams podcast on Twitch.
Live from Atlanta,
What's up?
Georgia, you know. Hey.
Fuck. Oh man, what can't I find you on the DayDreams podcast?
Oh, yeah, so I'm switching the name. Changing it to DayDreams with Dylan.
DayDreams with Dylan.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I actually hired a channel reviewer. I went on Fiverr and I was like,
Yeah.
rate my channel. Like, what do I need to improve on? And this dude, no lie, sent me a 14-page paper on what I need to do to improve the channel quality on YouTube, especially.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty legit, dude.
Yeah, so it gave me a lot of insight. He's like, well, first of all, like the podcast is, really you and a guest, so you will kind of want to personalize it. Before it was mainly DayDreams podcast, and he's like, it's a catchy name, but
Yeah.
you're branding it right now, and so you really want to stick it out with your name. So I'm changing the name, DayDreams with Dylan. That'll probably go live sometime
Ooh.
next week.
Sometime, dude.
Sometime we gotta get
pretty
Zach
good.
on the chat. That way we can have some fun with him.
All the white women in the chat. Ah, ha, ha.
Ha, stinky.
Yeah, dude.
Let me text him. Get
Boys. Yeah, dude.
there we go.
You already know.
All right, perfect.
that,
Anyways,
dude?
all right, let's go with live introduction.
Okay, introduction. All right, it's your boy. Let me mute my thing since you texted me too. But yeah,
I said that.
it's
as
your
rude.
boy Oregano. We juicy. Hey, big boys, big buttholes. You already know what it is, what it has been, what it will be. It's your boy Oregano. Do what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Ha ha. All right. So anyway, I mean, I'm just your boy, man. I'm freaking from Atlanta. We're all from Atlanta. My hobbies include playing guitar and video games. And we played a little bit of video games, just a little bit.
We did.
Not too
Damn,
many.
What
Not too
game?
many video
Fuck,
games.
dude. Yeah. Still haven't caught a dub in Modern Warfare, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We're gonna do a whole review of that game.
Dude,
Because I think there's been enough time for it to come out, and we played it a relatively enough amount to give it a good review.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a good review. let's clarify
not
that.
one, but, like it could be a review
Yeah,
though.
it's a review.
It won't be the most like competitive battle royale of reviews, but you get it.
I guess let's just go ahead and start with that then, since we're already on the topic. What do you think? First impressions of it.
Okay, dude, what do I think of freaking Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Oh, the battle. All right, so I mean, I'm so on the fence about it, but I've had fun playing it, but at the same time, I feel like you can have fun almost playing anything as long as you're playing it with the right people.
Yeah.
But I digress, I guess. But let's see. The sound is ass. That's we'll start with the facts right here. The sound is complete doo-doo.
Duty bougie.
It's like you're like, dude, I can hear the guy. He's coming from the right, and then he's coming from the left or something.
That's the main issue I have. It's like I can hear shots being fired from one side of the map, and then all of a sudden I have no idea where they actually are or where they're coming from. And so I'll hear shots, and in normal games, I can judge the distance. Like Apex, you can easily judge the distance. Yeah. You can judge the distance with Fortnite. I can't judge the distance at all with Modern Warfare.
Dude, you really can't. It sounds like the sounds all sound the same.
Even your teammates' footsteps.
Yeah, they all sound the same. It's like when you go in the garage band and you play the drums and you hit the kick drum, and every single time you hit it sounds the same.
Yeah.
That's what the like freaking gunshots sound like. It's like it sounds the same if they're through the wall, if they're like across the thing. Like the only way you have of knowing is looking on your radar and seeing like, are they within this like 1 freaking mile radius?
Yeah, that's the pain in the butt because I can't even judge. Like, oh damn, we jumped up to 9 viewers. That was quick.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's oregano, dude.
It's a Dank Oregano in the chat, guys.
You already know.
Warzone. Yeah, we're doing a review of Warzone real quick, obviously, because we're very avid gamers and we've spent a decent amount of time reviewing Warzone. So let us know in the chat what you guys think. I like it. I think it's a good game. It has a lot of issues, but the problem is it's really hard to see people. And the time to kill, I don't understand what people are saying. People are saying that the time to kill is so long, but I don't agree with that at all. I think the time to kill is actually relatively like really, really freaking short. Like for a battle royale.
If you think the time to kill is long, where the hell are you shooting, boy? That you freaking it's long.
Yeah,
I be melting. You can melt kids on like.
I think shields are very inconsistent.
Yeah,
George, shut the fuck up. What do you know? He said, "Don't say dumb stuff about Warzone."
Oh, professional battle royale.
Hey, look, listen. I'm just saying, Warzone is all right. Like, I think it's definitely got potential.
Yeah.
In its current state, I think Blackout is better. I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but I think Blackout is better. In its current state, but it definitely has potential. I do not like one of my biggest issues right now, though, with Blackout and Warzone, is the fact that it feels like shields are inconsistent. Like if I don't understand the aspect that if I shoot you and you have shields on, why do you take damage to your health as well? Like I don't get that. Shouldn't shields and health like coincide with each other? I don't know.
Yeah.
Zach, you dumb.
Know.
Zach,
you dumb,
George, you dumb.
No, I was gonna do that. Yeah. Let me know if there's any like. Man, I'm so paranoid that there's gonna be echoing because of how I have my microphone. But if it sounds good, it sounds good.
You're not echoing at all. Right. Not on my end.
All right, my guy. Damn. But yeah, I mean, of course you're gonna have fun playing with the boys and shit,
What do you think about the re-entry aspect, buying your teammates in Gulag?
Oh, buying your teammate. All right, let's see. So buying your teammates. I don't really know because it's like, all right, so the price 4,500, like that's okay. Like you have to go find that. But like, damn, it's just like I kind of like Apex or like Fortnite to where you have to find their card. Like you have to be like someone near them and like get them and then like go to a certain station and revive them.
Thermoscopes and snipes are OP. Yeah.
Dude, I bet you get a thermal scope, you freaking throw some smokes out, and like you're good. Like freaking end game, you're gonna be crapping on kids.
I think in terms of reviving people, though, I think I like the money station better than the typical revive station, like getting a card or something like that.
Yeah.
Mainly because you have to work together to find money to get your teammate. Yeah, I think it adds a little bit more to the team aspect. The Gulag, I think, is fantastic, and I think it's a great idea. But both of them combined, I think it takes away from the aspect of it being a little bit more high stakes.
I got you. I think that the Gulag's fine just because it's only one time. So, like, say you get completely dicked, like you drop in somewhere and you can't find a weapon, and homeboy gets like a freaking MP7 and you've got a pistol, like you have a chance to come back. It's not 100% chance. It also like it plays to like how good you are too. So like if you're a really good player, then you're gonna most likely get out of the Gulag.
Right, and that's why I agree with the Gulag. I like the buyback system, but combined, again, I feel like it just lowers the stakes on battle royales.
It's a little too much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a little too much. I mean, granted, I haven't won too many games. We haven't won too many games, so
shoot.
I think that could possibly be some of the reason behind it is because the time it takes to get people out of the game is so freaking long. Zach spends plenty of time in the Gulag.
Damn, bro. Nah, bro, he ain't got no time there. He's too busy beating their ass in the Gulag. He's already out.
Hey, my boy Zach.
What's up, Matt? What's up with it?
I'm gonna probably run it again tonight because I'm trying to catch a dub. I'm trying to catch that dub, dude.
All day, dog.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately. Have you seen the new hero release?
The Echo or whatever. I've seen that they released it, but like I haven't like seen anything really about it. I think it's like a healer or something.
No, it's a damage. It's a damage
New
character.
DPS
yeah, it's DPS. Yeah. It looks really kind of nice. Yeah, it looks really kind of nice because basically what they're doing right now is, she's got her ultimate right now is freaking P. So I'm assuming that they're gonna get a nerf on that. Basically, the nerf on Echo is, or not the nerf, but the ultimate on Echo is she can look at an enemy target, and when you click your ultimate, she copies that target. So if you're looking at an enemy tracer, you'll become a tracer. But it's not over yet.
Okay.
You get your ultimate at 650% times faster. So when you copy a tracer, you get your ultimate. You can literally spam your ultimate. You can literally tag people and then just spam. How freaking nuts is that?
All right, so I'm kind of all right. So say there's a enemy like McStinky, so you copy him, and then what if he changes characters? Do you have to wait until you die again to copy again? I think that might be it. But like,
say that again.
All right, so say you're playing as Echo, and I'm playing on the other team as McCree. So like you copy me as McCree, but let's say I'm just like, oh man, like I gotta change, so I change to a different person. Will you still be able to stay as McCree?
No, you stay as the person for 15 seconds. And no, I didn't ignore your pond adventure, Matt. I have a podcast, bro. I'm trying to run a podcast here, bro.
Yeah, dude. Freaking big dubs.
I think
talking about little ponds and shit. We talking about big dubs, dude.
Yeah, catching the dubs. Zach says, I think once you use the copied ultimate, you change back to Eva. Oh, Eva.
Okay. All right, that sounds. But that's still gonna be crazy because guess what? You copy a tank. Guess what? You got 2 Reinhardts. You got freaking 2,400 shields.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. What I think it'll really pair well with like if the enemy team has a Zarya, if they keep the rate at which she gains ultimate when she's copied. Because oh my gosh, if they have a Zarya and you just spam the grab, oh my gosh, dude, she'll be freaking OP. Like she's gonna be a must unless they nerf her ultimate. Like everything else, I kind of get. I like her other aspect. One of her abilities is if you fall, it's like a beam, but if you fall below, like what is it, 50% health, it does more damage. So it also applies to shields as well. Yeah. So if a shield is damaged below 50%, then it like increases the damage on that, so it helps bust them faster.
Help them bust.
Yeah. So I definitely think that she's gonna be a go-to character for competitive.
Yeah, for real.
She's a mirror, like
the mirror card, basically. Yeah. Big except like in the mirror in class, like it's a 1 level up. You're gonna get your ultimate faster, so you're a level up.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely a level up.
Yeah, so it's gonna really play to all the
hello, Mr.
Oh, what's going on? But yeah, it's definitely gonna play to the people who are well rounded rather than the one trick ponies.
Yeah, so. That's what we were talking about last night when we were going over stats.
Oh yeah, dude, freaking comparing stats and all that, you know what I'm saying? Big sweaty boys.
Yeah, I'm trying to get good with like a bunch of like characters and not just stick to one, just so I can be a flex and I can just go around and whatever my team needs, I can be.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like for DPS, I'm gonna pick a couple that I'm like not gonna worry about. Yeah. It's like Fist, I'm not gonna worry about. But other than that, I'll pick get really good with like 3 to 5, and then everybody else I'm just okay with.
Right.
What the plan is, staying. You already know what it is.
Well, you haven't been streaming lately, have you?
No, I have not been like streaming to Twitch at all.
Yeah.
I probably should, honestly. I probably should bring it back, That could be pretty cool.
Oh, now y'all hype about that game. What game? What are you talking about?
We're talking about Overwatch. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, is he talking about Valorant? What was that game called?
I don't know which
Is that
one.
Project A? Is that the game you were trying to tell us about, Mason? That's now got renamed to like Valorant or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Warzone's still trash. Zach is spitting straight facts. He is a factual statement.
Warzone is trash. I'm still trying to give Warzone a chance. Like, I think it's a good game, and I think that overall, I think it's got a lot of good potential.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it like absolutely trash. Like, I mean, it's fun on occasion, but like sometimes you just play and you're just like, what the heck, dude?
I just hate the time to kill, dude. I really do. Like, if I get shot from behind, I'd have no time to react.
Hey, my boy, we don't get dubs, man. Fuck the Warzone. We get the dubs in the gulag. I'm like 80% in the gulag.
That's what I'm talking about, Regs. Heck yeah. Yo, this man streams. So if you guys are not following T-Rex Kills You's channel, please go drop a follow on here. That way it shows that we support on DayDreams podcast, because I want people that if you guys have like a stream here or something like that, you can come in here and drop a follow. So please, if you are not following Rex, go follow him. He plays Destiny, Apex. He's been playing some good stuff, so please check him out. Please
I literally
follow.
just dropped a follow for Rex like right now, so there's no excuse.
Yeah, drop a follow, please. Yeah, no excuses right here. Mm-hmm. He's got good content and he streams on occasions. Oh my gosh, that's my mom. My mom is on. No.
No. We're talking about how many times we've been reading the Bible in the past. Oh
no. I love you, Mom. My mom's checking out the stream. I just gave her access to the stream earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah. She wanted to see the past podcast that I did with Kindle, so I was like, you know what, we'll show it up. Yes, guys, make sure you guys drop a follow on Rex. Rex, we love you. You are a fantastic streamer, so make sure you guys come in here and drop that follow. Zach, you a landfill of trash.
Landfill, no, dang. But yeah, I think the last thing about Warzone, like, I mean, like, I can't really tell like how like campy it is. I mean, like you just gotta like move from cover to cover. And like what we were saying before too is like on Apex or on Fortnite, you have a fighting chance. I feel like a lot better of a fighting chance if you're getting shot at and you can kind of like figure out where someone's shooting you and fight back. Yeah,
you don't have any time to react. And
that's the thing. In Warzone, you get shot at and you're like, okay, wait, where am I getting shot from? 2, the sound is bad, so I don't know where I'm getting shot from. So I'm just looking around, trying to figure out, and I'm just,
Yeah, that's the worst part. Is because if I get shot from behind, it's pretty much game over. I don't have any time to react. So it's rough.
Mash that space bar in and start jumping like you're playing Halo.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Dang, I just kind of got off topic. I
mean, it's all off topic.
I'm so ADD. As you guys have already seen this.
I mean, it's fine.
But yeah, I'm still shocked that my mom's in the chat. I love you, Mom.
Yeah,
we just went over there. We just went over there today to hang out with both of our families, because obviously we're gonna be probably on quarantine in the next couple days. So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I'll be able to see my mom and Ian.
Yeah.
Well, we're not on quarantine due to state regulations. We're going to be on quarantine because Nikki's going to be working on the front lines with this thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to be self-quarantining ourselves just to protect our families. So
that's good.
I wanted to go see my family and show my mom love, show my brother love. So I love them. So just so you know, Mom, I love you.
She's like, I'm aware. I love you too. She's quick with the reply.
I know. I love you. Anyways. So you are a part of a band right now, and your show was canceled tonight, and that's why we were.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. I had a show tonight. We were gonna play at the Masquerade. It was gonna be fun. We were gonna play with some other bands, and it was gonna be awesome. What was really cool though is like kind of seeing on the lineup for this night, seeing some of the bands I used to listen to in like high school, like We Came as Romans, and like ones, and just being like, whoa, like. Wait, we're playing at the same time as them?
You could have met them. You could have just easily backstage passes. Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not like super fanboying or anything, but it's just like it's really interesting to see like how far like you make it in certain things, like in seeing like, man, like I really used to like look up to these guys for this, or I used to like listen to these people, and it's like, man, we're like
now you're
sharing
playing at the same venue.
yeah, like playing the same venues and stuff, and it's just like it's like really insane. So, but like with the whole virus thing going on, like entertainment's gonna be the first one to get hit, NBA's hit, music is hit, everything. But yeah, speaking of band, I'll show you on my whip. This is the whip right here.
This is the baby. This is the
This
baby.
Is what plays.
Who is that on the who is that?
Oh,
what is that singer?
That's Hina Hikawa from DayDreams.
Oh my gosh.
It's a really good show. And I would recommend anybody to watch it.
Yeah.
Zach knows about it.
You know what?
We about to drop to like 2 viewers after that right there.
You know what? If you guys like slice of life anime about a bunch of high school girls trying to start a band, you will like this show.
I love you. I had to specify like.
It's what?
Bro. Yeah, I love how you had to specify that whole head ass. But yeah,
I do have to specify it because no one knows what it is about.
No, we all about slice of life, anyways. But yeah, so man, it's just insane though, because like we played another show up in Athens, and I mean, like you went to it obviously,
yeah.
But like it was just like being able to play shows, like it's just really awesome, and just like for you guys those of you that don't know, like. We're in a Christian band. It's not like worshipy stuff, not like great Jesus is great, Jesus is good, but like more it's a rock band, but we have Christian lyrics that kind of point you to a certain thing. And it's really crazy because our singer like talks about real issues and talks about and it's just like really upfront and very transparent about just everything. And I mean, you heard the speech that he gave too.
Oh, that's not the one. Yeah, no, he's got a whole story behind why he does what he does, and how his journey has been enlightening, and so it's been really interesting watching him and watching how he does it. And so he shared his story that the last show that we went to, and I got to see that. And that was awesome. I might have to have him on so he can share his story. I don't want to share his story right now because obviously I'm not gonna talk for him. I don't have all the details, so I don't want to either upplay it or downplay it.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean the man's incredible. I mean, and you guys are fantastic musicians. Gosh, you Austin and who's your drummer?
John.
So
John Fortson, my boy. Sorry, Drew, but he's the best drummer. That man is so good. Yeah, and it's just it's so awesome having him too, because having someone that like he's like world class. He could be playing with anybody. What's up, Strickland? Hey, what it do, baby?
Buddy? Hey, I appreciate everybody coming out here to check it out tonight. I really do. We're sitting consistently at 10, 11 viewers over on Twitch, 2 viewers on YouTube. Trying to move everybody back to YouTube or over to YouTube because just saying the stream quality on YouTube is better.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, but Twitch though, yeah, man. But you're streaming on the same platform as Dr. Disrespect. Crazy.
The OG platform that Twitch started on, or not Twitch, but Ninja. So
the Ninja started on which one? He started on Twitch.
Yeah,
I think
on Twitch, bro.
Okay, I think so. When are you gonna get famous
for your language, Strickland?
When you gonna get famous for playing Halo, like Ninja did?
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, I miss that game. I really do.
Yeah, we've had some fun with Halo, but yeah, back to the band thing. Like, it's really cool though, because I personally, you look at something like I personally don't care about how many numbers I'm getting like views or whatnot, like for myself. I do care about going back to where we're talking about how like our singers like sharing his story and stuff. Like it's all to like point people to the Lord. So I want some big numbers so that we can point more people to the Lord. So not for like me. I don't care if anybody's like, oh, that one band with the really good drummer, the really good guitarist, or whatever. Like I don't care as long as like the message sticks,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so fascinating and it was so interesting about Grant's story because he tied everything into why he does what he does. So, I mean, you guys are a fantastic band, and by far the best band that we saw that night. Hey, I'm not trying to call anybody else out. Everybody else was good. Everybody else had a great show, but you guys were different. You guys were on a different level. Like you were professional. I mean, you had everything except for the one moment where you kicked the speakers over.
Yo, I yeeted that monitor over. I sent it to you, and man, we get to this big part in the song, and I'm like, I'm feeling it. We're grooving, and like, it breaks. It's kind of like, like when you listen to dubstep, there's that like big breakdown or whatever. Like that's what happened.
Best rock star moment, Nikki says.
And I put my leg up on the monitor, the floor wedge, and it just like flew.
I
mean, I'm like, look at me, dude. Dude.
He's jacked over there.
Yeah.
Speaking of being jacked, all the gyms are closed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh. Yo, I was so happy when Crunch was like, "Yo, we're gonna stay open. We're gonna keep this thing riding."
This is psych.
Yeah, we got the notification on Instagram or something like that. Like sent like this picture, and they were like, "Due to CDC regulations, we are forced to close." Like, I was like, "Dang, dude, they really stuck it out."
Yeah.
I was like, these people are ride or die gym addicts, and I was with it all the way to the end.
That's what's up, dude. That's what's up.
Yeah,
man. I'm honestly so like, wait, where, like, how many places are closed and open? I live under a rock right now, dude. Like, is every place closed?
Not every place. I want to see Caylor ball out. Yeah, you'll see Caylor ball out. Hey, actually, before we go into that, when is your next show? Did they postpone it, or is it just flat out canceled?
It's just flat out canceled, just because it's all like local bands. So it's just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, we'll just cancel the show, and then whenever we're ready to go again, we'll go.
Dang.
Yeah, there's no plans for a next show right now, but chances are we'll get Masquerade again, and probably have similar, if not the same lineup. But yeah, I was like stoked to play with the Spirit Healer again. Those guys are freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, they were good. That one, the guitarist was
the bald guy.
That was ended.
He was
that dude was ended. Especially when he like his screaming parts came up. Like,
oh yeah,
you could tell like in his face, man. Like he was really into it.
Yeah.
But all right, now back to our places closed.
My place is closed, yeah.
Nikki, what places are closed? What places are closed? I think a lot of restaurants are still open, to be honest.
Really? I think Pete was saying that the food industry was getting hit too.
They're getting hit, but they're still open. I mean, we saw a lot of people at Waffle House, but then again, I think if if the world was ending, Waffle House would still be open.
Yeah, Waffle House is always going to be open. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one.
The government's allowing them to close on their own terms, but then I think it's going to come with an insert mandatory closing.
Oh, really? One thing I've seen are spring breakers, man. Gosh, you guys are idiots.
Yo, everybody going like, yo, $50 plane flight.
Yeah, you guys are idiots, man. You not seeing what's happening in Italy right now? Like, you guys are dumb, and I'm sorry. I don't really call people dumb, but that's stupid. Like, why are you going out in the middle of a pandemic to a beach where there's tons of people surrounding, and you're gonna party and hug up on each other?
I mean,
bro, you asking for it?
It is, man. Like people do it.
I mean,
I feel like half of it is like, oh man, that was my spring break. Like I still have plans for a spring break. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, you know. But
I'm just saying, we have been the most prepared out of most people. Life has prepared us for this quarantine because we are gamers hardcore. So,
I thought you were going to say you got a whole bunch of toilet paper.
No. I've been practicing social distancing my entire life.
Yeah, dude.
Introverts come out. The only reason why I do good with podcasts is because I don't have anybody right in front of me.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to see y'all. Like,
camera.
Man, heck yeah, dude.
But,
I'm just trying to. I know that freaking grocery stores aren't going to close because obviously, like, people need to eat. It's not like we're all freaking farmers. So,
Yeah, H Smart still has a lot of stuff. Rice you can't find though. They're limiting, which is a lot smarter of a buy than bread. I don't know what the heck you're gonna do with bread.
Exactly. That's one of the other points I had too. I was like, okay, so when all of this pandemic stuff happens or whatever, like, what do people buy? Milk and bread. But milk and bread, what is their shelf life, dude? You got like 2 weeks max. Why are you buying milk and bread?
Well, I know a lot of the general population's IQ is not above. There's a reason why there's a average score.
Oh man! Oh.
I'm just saying. So obviously, the ones that are prepared. I mean, I'm not saying anything in particular, but people just need to be smart about what you buy.
Man, people like, man, we're about to be a quarantine, man. I gotta make some. I gotta have grilled cheese, dog. You know, that bread.
You know the funny thing is, Nikki's been making grilled cheese.
Yo,
oh, I love you, wifey. She's the wife.
I called it, dude. I called.
She loves grilled cheese, though. Man, if this girl could survive off anything, or she could survive off nothing but cheese.
Nothing but cheese, I bet.
Nothing but cheese, man.
Will hold the bread.
Hold the bread.
One time I was in 6th grade, man, I brought a big old brick of cheese as my snack because, like, people like, you know how, like, when you're a kid you bring cheese sticks and stuff like that, or like little things. I just bought straight up a brick of cheese and ate that for my snack. My teacher was but she looked at me and she was like.
Like, this man's crazy.
Why did you bring a brick of cheese?
This man's crazy. I like cheese, but I'm lactose intolerant, so it's not good for people around me. Yeah. Obviously.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother though, Ian, that man loves cheese.
Yeah.
Ian love cheese. You give him some shredded cheese, man, that bag is gone.
And mayonnaise too.
And
Ian loves mayonnaise.
I love Ian to death, but man, is that mayonnaise nasty. That man will literally eat out of a jar of mayonnaise. I do not get it, but he will.
You're like, yo, Ian, you got some ice cream? No, it's mayonnaise. Dude.
He don't care either, man. I don't get it. I don't get the whole taste. One time I've seen, I kid you not, Mom. I don't know if you're still watching or if you remember this, but I remember when we lived in our old house. We walked downstairs one day, and Ian had put a Pop-Tart in like the toaster. He had popped it out, and he had put cheese, ketchup, and mayonnaise on top of that dang Pop-Tart. I was like, what? How? Why? And wash it. Yes, Ian will wash it down with the Mountain Dew too.
Yeah, he will.
Oh,
that's
my gosh.
Dude, man. Stop it.
I need to have Ian on the podcast one day so everybody can see Ian. That'll be fun. Yeah, that boy loves his dew.
Yeah, he does. He loves it.
Oh, 100%. 100. Oh, nothing but Mountain Dew all day, every day.
I remember why I used to love Mountain Dew. Like, I used to absolutely love it. Like, back in, like, high school. You can just drink it all the time and stuff. And now it's just, like, I can't even drink, like, a full, like, can, really.
I've never been a fan of Mountain Dew. Never.
Did Ian ruin it for you? You drank?
No, I just...
Fucking Mountain Dew?
No, sodas in general have not been my thing. Yes, still here. I love you, Mom. Sodas for me have never been a thing. I've always liked Sprite the best and Dr. Pepper. Those have always been top tier sodas. But other than that, I've never liked sodas that way.
Oh, like in general, yeah, I got you.
But did you hear about it was a long time ago, but I don't know if you guys heard about the court case that happened with Mountain Dew.
Nope.
About how a guy said he found like a rat in his Mountain Dew.
Oh, I remember. That was Mountain Dew. I thought that was Monster.
Oh, Mom, that's Dell. Dell is saying, "Hey, Gina." So, yeah. So you remember that? You remember that court case?
I thought that was Monster, dude.
So far, I'm pretty sure it's definitely Mountain Dew. But if someone in the chat has more information, definitely look it up.
Definitely
but as whatchamacallit, they won the court case. They actually Mountain Dew won the court case, and how they won the court case was absolutely disgusting. They said that the time it took for the drink to be processed, packaged, shipped, and to get into that consumer's hands would have dissolved the rat. So there's no way there could have been a rat in their drink. That's disgusting. Like, ever since then, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I definitely don't want some Mountain Dew now. Definitely don't want it.
I'm not feeling it too much.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that.
That's crazy.
Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, I remember I used to drink. I think that I feel like some of those, like, you pour them out and you see them just fizz up and you're just like, that can kill your insides, man. I remember I used to drink a decent amount of Monster, but not as much as my neighbor Becky. Becky used to pound the Monsters, man.
Becky loved her Monster and Coke.
She was like 4 foot tall, and she drank like 2 of those a day.
That girl was caffeinated out all day, every day. She loved her caffeine.
That's right.
I'm like, dang, girl. Till this day, I'm still impressed. I'm legitimately impressed with how much caffeine that girl intook.
Yeah, because I think, well, if you have too much, I think that'll lead to like some heart problems or whatnot. Because I know that Austin's buddy Lewis, he's a nurse and has to work crazy hours, so like he'll just pound Monsters or whatever, and like now he has like heart problems because of like all the caffeine or whatnot.
Okay, hold on. We might pull something up here. Because yeah, give me a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Monster drink. I remember seeing a video of a guy.
What?
I think this got debunked.
Debunked.
Yeah, I think it got debunked, but hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on, let me see. There was a video of a guy whose heart was like literally you could see it pumping out of his chest, like pump.
Why are you trying to bring that up right now, man? You gonna scare people away?
I'm gonna scare people away. There it is. There it is. You guys ever see this? This is weird. That was like after.
I'm not even watching them. I'm not watching that.
It was just up for a couple seconds, but it was like somebody drank like what was it? 24 Monsters within 24 hours.
Yo.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts. I don't get how people do that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I stick to my 1 cup of coffee. That's about all I can do.
Tea.
And my tea. That's all this is. Everybody thinks I'm drinking beer, but it's just coffee.
It's more like apple juice.
Yeah, not coffee, but it's just tea.
The Red's apple ale.
Yeah, this is just to keep me energized and going.
Yeah, of course, dude.
I still have homework to do after this.
You got homework? Ugh.
I got so much homework to do. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Study it for the dub, dude.
Yeah, we spent most of our day in Lawrenceville just trying to meet up with family because of the quarantine that's about to happen with us.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. The big boys.
The big boys. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, how long have you been playing guitar?
How long have I been playing? I have been playing for 10 years about. Like, give or take, I guess. I don't know. Like, I started around sophomore year of high school. And I remember, and this is hilarious because I always thought that, like, it's just like a complete contrast to how it is now, I feel like. But I always thought that I was, like, so freaking good at it, but I really wasn't. And that's what kind of helped me to continue playing because, like, I just thought I was like really good. I was like, oh yeah, man, this is like fun and like I'm freaking awesome at it. But like wasn't. But it helped me because it helped me just keep on going with it. So
yeah.
Whereas I feel like if I were to be like, man, I'm like really terrible, I would have just like stopped probably.
Right.
And the other thing too is also because of my brother was like, I remember when I was gonna get my first guitar, my brother was like, "Why do you want to get a guitar? Because you're just gonna pick it up and you're not gonna play it again." And I was like, "I'll show you." And like here I am now, it's like playing.
10 years later, and how many guitars you got?
I got a couple, man. I got a couple. We can meet another one. We'll meet one more. This one's my Sunday morning warrior one. Yeah, the one I typically use on like Sundays. It's my Telecaster.
And you named all of them?
No, I have not actually. I mean, I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore.
No, okay. That's for noobs.
It's for freaking narbs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So be doing that.
Cool.
Play it. It's kind of like the whole and this is for if anybody ever asks you like, why do you have so many guitars? Like if it's like your girlfriend or something, be like, hey, why do you have so many shoes? No. I mean, it's the same thing pretty much to where, like, oh, this one plays, heavier stuff. This one's like, a sweeter tone to it, whatever. But, I mean, I mainly stick to like 2, but I've got like 5 or 6 that I have and like use.
Yeah, you got a decent amount, but they're all useful. They all serve their purpose.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just like
you get different tones out of guitars. That's why people don't understand. Why do you have different guitars? I mean, because different guitars create different tones. Like
and they sound completely different. They feel different.
Yeah, especially the feels. Like the feel on a Telecaster, like even a Strat versus a Tele.
Yeah.
Those are completely different feels.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like even though they're both single coil made by Fender, but like they're like Plus, I mean, I just can't get behind the 5-way blade pickup selector. I can't get behind it. I don't like it, but like
a 5-way blade.
So all right, real quick. I got me. We're gonna do a quick lesson. All right, my guys. You know what it is and what it has. So this right here is your Stratocaster. We got this bad boy. So what I mean by that is the 5-way selector is this thing. So there's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different positions. I just don't like that because it's just too much. Like it's just like to get to like where you want. Like you're kind of like having to be like, okay, I gotta flip it to this number or whatever. Whereas on the Telecaster, it is a 3-way. So it's a little bit more like precise to where you can just like you're playing. I want to get to the top position. I just flick it over. I want to get to the middle one. I just flick it a little bit. I guess it's a very minuscule type thing, but
right.
It was like that. But there's also other like kind of like differences too. Like typically like your Strat will have like the floating bridge, which is a little bit more wonky on tuning. Telecasters are known to have like really good tuning stability, so I like it. I also put locking tuners on this bad boy. I did so. But yeah, don't ask me why most of my guitars are blue. They are.
That's just the primary color.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I mean, well, not even really. It's literally like I bought all 3 of these off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was because they were like good guitars and at a good price. So like most of them were half the price of the original retail price. That's why I got them, because I checked them out. I was like, these are in great condition, but they're half the price. And which like is a contrast again to like PC stuff, because you can have like really old PC stuff or whatever, and then like people only sell for like $10 off or something like that. But with music instruments, dude, you're getting so much of a good deal on it. Like it's like half off.
Okay, so let's get a little bit philosophical here.
Yeah,
let's get a little philosophical. Let's ask some real questions.
All right. Keeping it real.
Do we think, and I've asked this on my stream before, but this goes out to everybody that's watching. Do we think creativity is at a slowdown? Are we hitting the peak of the curve? Or is originality and creativity, are we slowing down? Is it saturated? What's the deal?
So what?
Because I see, and the reason why I ask this is because, obviously, if you listen to the radio or if you listen to music, you watch movies, then you'll everybody sees like remakes coming out. Everybody will see, just generally overused ideas or reused ideas. So, this is a question that goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
Is originality dead, dying, or has it slowed down, or is it amping up?
I feel like honestly, like with our generation and where we are now, with people that are like 20s to 30s, I feel like this is like the kind of like, I'm not worst kind of time, but like it is definitely to where when you're a kid, everything's new, so everything's so fresh, and you're like, oh, cool, like check this out. But then like we're just hitting that point to where like we've kind of seen like quote unquote everything. So everything starts to be a little bit more redundant now. It's like, okay, I've seen, and this is why I personally don't like, I mean, I know that people are going to get on to me about this one, but I personally do not like superhero movies, like Marvel movies, whatever, because they tend to be a little more cookie cutter-ish. I'm not saying everyone on every Marvel movie is, but you take most of them except for The Dark Knight, that one's a good one. But like they take this cookie cutter approach to where it's like, here's this nerdy kid or here's this whoever, and this is how they get a power, and this is the short time frame where they're messing around with their new power, and then guess what? There's an enemy, and then after that, this is like why they're the enemy. Then they start fighting, and then the bad guys lose, or like the good guys losing. Oh no! But through the power of love and friendship, we beat them, and then guess what? There's an after credit scene showing another bad guy. Whoa, never seen that before. Like.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so that's the reason why I asked this, because it seems as though that we have identified the architects of what makes up a superhero. Yeah. We've identified the architects of what storytelling is. So now we know that we have architects for basic storytelling. So we know that there's the adventure story, there is the discovery story, there is like I know there's like a list, and I don't really have
definitely core ones, whatever.
Yeah, I know there's like basic like five, like I think there's five like basic categories for storytelling. Like there's the romance novel. I don't remember what they are, but I'll have to look them up later. But almost every story that we've come up with has fallen into those categories some way or another, and so we've developed these architects or archetypes for these characters that we tell these stories about. Mom, Gina, my mom, says slowed down. Most people followed whatever is in the latest trend. That's the other thing. I think people do follow what's in the trend because it's the quickest, easiest way to get popular. Yeah. So that's another issue.
Also, people are influenced by other people. So you take this person who's influenced by this person who's influenced by this one. Like, it tends to be very kind of like linear to where you tend to get a lot of this same stories happening a lot of time. Even with music too, like there's only so many ways. Like it. I mean, as a songwriter myself, like I guess it's kind of weird for me to say it, but like a lot of music tends to be very similar to where you don't want to. Most of the time, you do write music with the listener in mind, so you don't want to. I mean, you write music for yourself as well, but like if you want to write music that other people are gonna like listen to, you want to follow a certain pattern. You don't want to like throw the listener for too big of a loop, because or else it's very daunting and people get turned off by it. So a lot of times, like with like really crazy like time signatures or like key changes or anything, that like people will be like, oh man, this sounds weird, or like I don't really like this.
Right.
Get too experimental with it.
Well, the thing is, I know that there have been a lot of issues with copyright in the music industry lately. I know Ed Sheeran got hit or something like that, maybe like 2 years ago. But the problem being is there's only 12 notes in music. Yeah. So there are only a specific number of combinations of those 12 notes that you can actually make. So I do think that there's a limit on what we can do, but have we hit that limit? And where is that limit? Where do we go once we find that limit? Yeah, so I don't know. So
yeah, it's definitely like a weird kind of like position too, because like you can always come out with new stuff. Like I guarantee you, like the newest song that we came out with, there's nothing exactly like it, but there are definitely things that will, you can be reminded of, like, oh, that reminds me of this, or that reminds me of that.
Right.
So,
I mean, everything's built on, ideas are built on top of each other.
Yeah.
That's why I find it so fascinating. Before we had technology and before we had social media, before we had the internet, especially, how influential creativity actually was. So someone like Jimi Hendrix, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, there wasn't really a style like his before he kind of came out and developed that style, and like he was a game changer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we can even go into the sciences and talk about Newton or especially Newton. Like the dude developed calculus.
Yeah.
Like what? How do you just develop a whole math?
Yeah,
that's crazy. And that is not only that is not only creativity.
Yeah.
But that's also logic. Like, and there's some sort of logic that sort of underlays that creative process. I mean, the man was a genius, hands down. Nikola Tesla, the guy that is responsible for the reason why we're able to communicate through these like
devices.
I mean, these people didn't have these ideas presented to them beforehand. I mean, I definitely think that was a wave of creativity, and there are those revolutionary ideas. But I think with everything being so saturated now with the internet, I think we've kind of slowed down on that.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'm reading a lot about priming in my social psychology class and what priming does to humans. And what priming basically is it takes away from your creative juices as well as automatically stimulating you with some sort of other idea. So if I ask you to name a color or something, then I could prime you. I could prime you with specific colors. Like I could have said that you said aquamarine because of the background right here.
Oh yeah.
I could have said that because there were priming factors. There was actually an interesting study done with patients who let me see if I can get this right. Basically, scientists were trying to review whether or not a certain set of words would prime you into doing the right or wrong thing. So basically, they gave participants 10 $1 coins, and they told the participants that the coins were theirs and they could do whatever they want with them. They could share them with the next person if they wanted to. And actually, it was encouraged to share it with the next person. So before they even gave them those coins, though, they primed them with a sentence. They primed them to create a sentence out of a list of words. And the words were, she, eradicate, felt, and spirit. And they were asked to form a sentence out of just those words. And basically, the people that formed the sentence, she felt the spirit, were more likely to give more coins to other people.
Okay.
So they primed the other person to think about religion. They primed them to think about God, and they primed them to think in a positive way. So that way their actions would reflect that sentence that they created.
Yeah, definitely.
So priming in itself, I think, and I know this is a confusing topic, but I'm trying to get back to creativity. And I think that priming with all the saturation on the internet and seeing what we have has actually inhibited us from being creative. So there's so much that we have online that we can see and we can take in, we can absorb, but it's really hard to kind of sidestep all that and create something incredibly individualistic and creative. So
Definitely.
I think with the saturation of the internet, it's made it hard to be creative.
Yeah, because I'd say like even on small scales of priming, like when people say like name a number 1 through 10, typically like a majority of people will say 7 because of lucky number 7 or whatever. Or like even with like a magic trick, like you take like a deck of cards and like you unfold it to where like there's one that like goes a little bit closer to the person, so they'll like take out like certain card that you
Right.
you know. So that all kind of like goes into the concept of priming, but like yeah, definitely like I feel like this is why creative people and like creative fields is just like it's so challenging because you have to be like a pioneer, like a trailblazer to succeed at these things. You have to be willing to take risks, and you have to be willing to just do stuff that's outside of the norm without like the repercussions of like, oh, I'm not really feeling that, or like that doesn't like really sound good, or like, and I could say even like I don't know. I'm not like a chef, but to try to relate like
Going to
creativity.
test this theory tomorrow.
Yeah,
Dell.
but like with say like you're a chef and you're trying to like make a new dish or you're trying to be creative with it. Like yeah, you still have all the same ingredients, but like you have some people that all they eat is chicken nuggets and cheese sticks and stuff. So like they're not gonna like the exquisite flavor you're gonna put in front of them. So like that's another article too.
Well, again, one of the sad aspects of being creative, and I think that this kind of plays into the fact of what we're saying, is most creative people tend to be isolated. They tend to be the people that forge their own path, and they're the people that are sort of alone.
Yeah.
So they focus on that originality aspect, isolated from other content, because they want to be able to create the next big thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've watched a lot of Jordan Peterson, and he kind of explains. My dog in the background. Great question with good thought process. Oh, mommy. That's my mom, guys. She has to say that. She's required to say that. But anyways, I think it's Jordan Peterson talks about the fact that most creative people, it's like a gift and a curse at the same time, where these creative people are so daunted with this overwhelming task to be original that it kind of can become lonely.
Yeah.
So.
And also, you feel like if you're not creating something original, that like you're more or less like failing at what you do. But like it is so challenging because like you have these ingredients that you use as well. We're limited by our minds to what we can imagine and what we can put together.
Well, I told you guys, I remember having a conversation with you and Drew a long time ago, and I think we were sitting on your bed, and I was like, you know what, the one thing I really want to accomplish is to leave like one original idea, if I could, like one good original idea before I go. That would be like a blessing, because that's what I'm motivated to do, is just have that one original idea that could help change the world. That's just revolutionary, and people are like, dang, that's original.
You're talking about like an idea rather than like a...
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like an invention. It doesn't have to be anything. I'm talking about like an idea. Like I'm talking about like whether it's a philosophy or whatever, just something that's revolutionary and something that's an original idea, because that is so hard to come by.
Yeah.
Original thinking and original ideas are so complicated, and I think people overestimate their ability to be original.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's like, it's one of those things to where like, how do you then like promote that too? Like, let's say you even do that. Like, how do you expose other people to that? And
my microphone or Caylor's microphone? I think your microphone's fine. I can hear you, and I get good feedback. I think it's mine.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, personally. No, it's mine. It's because I'm not talking like directly into it. So. But anyways, what were you saying?
Like how to like kind of like promote that with other people, and how to get other people to recognize too that is a complete like original good idea. Because you get like, honestly, you could come up with something that's like really good and really innovative, but then you try to tell somebody else and then they might not understand it, or like it just might be something that's not well received, you know.
Mine. Oh, it should be better. Like I'm getting, like I don't want to overpower it because it's like going into the yellow and then almost hitting red. So I'll keep it where it's at.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, so I don't know, like what else about like creativity? All I know is just like it's something that's difficult, and honestly, another thing too is some people don't give themselves credit. Yeah. And a lot of people, you'll meet so many people that are just like, oh, I'm not a creative person, and I'm not whatever. It's just like I think that they just haven't put their foot forward in the creativity realm, or it might be just not something that they're maybe just something that they haven't found yet, really. Because I could say I'm like, even though like you can be creative with like music, but like I don't know how creative I'd be with gardening or something else, you know. So it's kind of like finding that one passion that you can be creative with.
Yeah, where do the juices flow? I've actually had this talk with Dell. You know, what is the path of least resistance? You know, and this goes to what motivates you. Not even just a creativity, but what is the path to least resistance? Like, how are you gonna better yourself? Like, how are you gonna be better? Like, how are you going to find what your niche is in life? And how do you do that? And so we had a conversation about, you know, finding what you want to do, and you know, what's the path of least resistance, and sometimes there's gonna be fight back, you know, in your own internal struggle with accomplishing tasks, because everybody gets down on certain things, and there are tasks even outside of whatever is the path of least resistance that you need to focus on that are in the way. So sometimes there are those tasks that are like that, but in general you kind of want to find what your niche is, what is the path of least resistance.
Yeah. Like path of least resistance for like each individual. Like
I remember we had a conversation one time. We were at my old apartment and we were walking Stark. And you and I were talking about it, and we were talking about what, like in a perfect world, how would, you know, in a perfect governing world in today's society, like how could people actually create a utopia? Like what would be a utopia? What would that look like? And you actually said one of the best answers I'd ever gotten from that, and you were like, well, everybody would have to have a purpose, and like everybody would have to be able to live out that purpose and feel purposeful.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know, that makes total sense, because if everybody has a purpose, then they would obviously do what they would want to do, and they wouldn't want to neglect on certain choices. So I thought that was a really interesting answer.
And it was to elaborate on that, it was just kind of like saying, like, if you're a person, like you're, say like person X is like, they are a baker and that's what their purpose is, like, and that's what they love is they love baking things and they love coming out with new cakes and new flavors and stuff. Then they'll come out with the craziest, coolest stuff, and like in that utopian society, like you could just share it with people, because you'd be getting ingredients, you'd be getting whatever, and then like you'd have another person who is a game developer that just comes out with all these like really cool, crazy games.
Just wants to share it. Yeah.
Nobody has to like worry about like going hungry or anything. But then like you kind of cross into that territory of like, when does that utopian society become like
dystopian?
Yeah, dystopian.
Well, all right. So I was actually having a conversation with Nikki earlier about the coronavirus. So this kind of brings me. I know we're back on topic of that, but that it's in the news. There's no avoiding it.
No topic, dude.
But we were talking about like why China's rate of infection is going down, and why they're actually better suited to handle this crisis than we are. And I hate to say it, but the only reason why they're doing better is they're more authoritarian than we are. Like they're communists. Like they can literally force their people to go inside. We here, we have freedom. And I think that's fantastic. I think that's awesome. I love our freedom. But I don't know if we can handle that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That definitely would be really weird just for them people to be like, hey, you're not allowed to be outside. If you're outside,
yeah, and I wonder how America's going to handle this when we decide that certain cities have to go on lockdown. Like, what are people going to assume? And so I'm really taking a step back to kind of like watch things happen right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm really interested to see how people react if the government decides, you know what, you guys got to go on lockdown.
Yeah, and this is also a really good learning experience too, that we can, if you open your eyes and you pay attention as things are going around, like it's a good learning experience to see how people are reacting to certain things and what people's inclinations are too.
Yeah, and obviously I'm not for total control of the government. I don't think that's what we should be doing, but I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. Like, what's going to happen? It's kind of interesting, and it's kind of scary at the same time, because do we give the government more control for our safety, or do we put the safety in our own hands and say screw it?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, dude. So
but we're closing in right at about 8:36 right now. I got to get off and do homework because I'm going to be up all night anyways.
Oh, dang, dude. Gotta do some stuff.
Yeah, homework's going to kill me right now. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. We had a great stream tonight. Great interaction.
Yeah, you already know it's your boy Oregano.
Yeah, I really do appreciate it. This has been a great stream, Caylor. Appreciate you coming out. Yeah.
I'm about to eat some, not even chicken Alfredo, but just regular Alfredo. Oh, man, we on that broke life.
Oh, man.
Regular Alfredo.
All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Take it easy.
All right, boys. See you.